Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Just gonna do a quick review over today's plays. I didn't trade anything today. Just want to go over a couple things, and then go over the top plays for tomorrow, January 31st. So first up, misplay GNS. I honestly didn't even really look at this one that much, and I didn't trade anything mainly because a couple of them I missed, and then I just took the day off pretty much because I had some glitch going on with my TD Ameritrade app. It wasn't allowing me to trade, and then by the time I got that fixed, it was pretty much midday. I'm like, you know what? Let's just call it. So we'll just go over everything now. So GNS, we got a nice gapper, recent runner, a lot of overhead resistance, volume wise, which is why I wasn't really that intrigued with this play. So we have an open price 561. It does have a nice gap up. And the failure to break down, consolidation, intraday, this is a fantastic chart. Love it. Lower market cap, lower flow, everything's perfect here. Comes back, open price, VWAP reclaim, and that sets up for a test of the sixes. And in that area, I thought it would get stuffed, essentially. It had a quick fake out, pretty strong fake out, but as you can see, the play never really took off. You got some choppiness after it set that high, and after this double top, it just fades. It really was never another good second angle. So there's that open price move, which I thought was going to get stuffed, which is why I didn't think it was that great of a potential play. We had a bunch of volume resistance that I pointed out from here. I didn't think it would have the volume necessary to really break out and be a convincing move. I thought it'd be something that would maybe have a fake out past what even was the breakout level? Low sixes here. What is it exactly? 628. Um, so I thought it would get stuffed in the low sixes. So I was wrong about that. It did offer a nice move, but nothing long lasting. So was right and was wrong. So we did get that fake out. It really was just a couple of minutes, and then it did nothing the rest of the day. But there was an angle to make money, and I just kind of was blindsided by it. Went a little further than expected, but I'm okay with missing this trade. There were a couple other ones, HSCS. This one made me want to smack myself in the face. And at this moment, I didn't even realize I had a glitch with my account and I couldn't trade on the day. Had everything, amount of money I was able to trade on the day, but I go to put an order, said rejected. And it just didn't make sense. And it wasn't because of it being a limit order. It was because um, it said insufficient funds. So it was really confusing. But got that worked out. But here we got a nice gapper, low float, low market cap that failed to break down and held up around a breakout here in the low one area. Was thinking we can possibly get to the mid ones, but it just took off. I was just looking for a retest of at least the pre-market highs, but if we go back here, let's see, is there a key area on the chart? Yeah, I got close to the 270s into this region here. There's just a bunch of resistance, so it just took off. Made this breakout in the 50s and didn't look back. So a monster move that I hesitated in the 140s, 130s as it was holding up, making higher lows along VWAP here. It was just staring me straight in the face. I should have put an order in and still have had it reject, but I didn't even put an order into this trade, so it was kind of disappointing. It was a really nice setup, had everything going for it, holding the open price, VWAP, uptrending, decent demand coming in, low float, low market cap, holding key areas on the daily chart, and then once it broke that 150's resistance, shorts recognized it couldn't hold it down. There was an imbalance with the buyers and the sellers, and that led to a nice squeeze. So unfortunate that I didn't really pull the trigger here, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. I was really intrigued here with AEMD for an open price VWAP or claim. And let's go over this one. On the daily chart here, I was recognizing we had that 55-cent breakout level, which it held decently in the morning, and the play happened just too quick. I was looking for a test of the 70s and at best the 80-cent area where there was pre-market highs. It was so off the highs that I thought, first let's get to pre-market highs, and then let's see what other resistance areas are on the daily chart. This was not bad of a move, happened too quickly, and I did chase. And this is the one where I found out I wasn't going to be, what do you call it, making money on it. Just couldn't trade on the day. So I definitely chased on this one. I don't know why I blanked right there. But here we go. This happened pretty quickly. And then we got this higher low, which I tried chasing as it was reclaiming VWAP. Stupid decision. Very emotional. Just seeing everything else move. And I was just on the sidelines. As well as this already had a strong push. I was being emotional. And I got lucky. I couldn't execute it. Even, actually, not really. It took off. But it was good to know that I couldn't trade. So yeah, I was just seeing that, okay, we got this first nice move into the 70s, and then we got a pretty aggressive pullback. But what ended up happening, I recognized the volume really died off, and it was still holding above open price and could set a higher low, and that could be a nice setup to retest the high a day and go past that to test 85. Exactly what happened. Just couldn't get my order in. So mixed feelings, as it was a chase, trying to attack it 5 cents from its base here. But in hindsight, not too bad. But it is what it is. And the last one I missed, only in this case because I couldn't trade, was WISA, right out of the watch list. Was looking for that reversal multi-day bounce. There's that trigger, that high a day. Was a little choppy early on, but failed to break down, and it just took off from 11.5 all the way to mid 14s. So very nice to see. And this is one, I believe it had a reverse split, or they were talking about having a reverse split. So I was just saying, be a little cautious. There's news of a reverse split, so let's see how it performs a multi-day bounce in that condition. Pretty good. So good to know. And yeah, so that was a misplay. This is getting too long going over these plays. Now let's go over tomorrow's possible plays. Here are the top tickers for tomorrow. I'm looking at BZFD, BuzzFeed, from the other day, late last week, just absolutely took off from 1 to the low 4s. And now we're having a nice red day. Ideally pushes even lower. But now that sellers are in control, we're going to look for that momentum shift, just like WISA, just like GROM as well. That momentum shift here. After shorts are in, they're looking to lock in gains when momentum starts shifting, and when it starts putting in that bottom, some dip buyers come back. Whatever the case is, momentum is going to die for the short side, and the fuel to the play is shorts locking in profits and dip buyers coming back. So keep this one on watch. Great setup. If not for tomorrow, the day after, just let it do its thing on the backside. Don't try to time the dip buy and really get a nice move out of this. We've seen before how nice the multi-day bounce can be. So don't let that get to you. Just let the play set up properly and come to you. I've done that before in the past where I just try to time it out and nail a fantastic multi-day bounce, but it's hard to time the bottom. You never know how far it can go, so sit tight and just wait for the right triggers. The high day break, holding VWAP, just anything different than what it's doing when it's on the backside. I had a whole video of how to approach the multi-day bounce. Yesterday it was uploaded, I believe, so check that out. Then we got AKAN, another possible bounce. Had a nice day 2 bounce, but it was a pretty strong move. I think this got some shorts out, but at the same time, I think there was another opportunity for shorts when this didn't push past 60 cents, 63 cents here, and make new highs and whatnot. So I think there's still some shorts in this that could possibly trigger a multi-day bounce, be the fuel for it if this fails to push lower. So got a nice red day here, and we'll keep this on watch for a multi-day bounce as well. BLBX, solid mover from today, low float, low market cap, just holding up pretty well, and that's why I'm going to keep it on watch for a possible play for it to come back for a previous high at daybreak. Had some pretty aggressive pullback, but holding 60 cents decently. Who knows what can happen? Not my favorite top watch, but we've seen previous high at daybreak set up pretty nicely, and we'll be watching for that one hold tomorrow. If it sets up, it is a low float, low market cap play. Let's take a look at the daily chart again. We had a nice breakout over 55, as well as in the 77, 78 region, and then topped out around the 90-cent area, closer to 1. So has some potential if it gets back to that area and there's some strong volume. Next resistance isn't really till the 120s, 130s. So there is an angle. If it sets up, it sets up. If not, oh well. There'll be other plays. And then we got INBS for a multi-day bounce as well. Recent runner. And now showing some bottoming action. Had a decent little perk today with that high at daybreak, but never really had any true volume or anything. So kind of a weak bounce. So I'm looking at today as a bottoming day. Gonna still look for the stronger multi-day bounce to set up. We'll see if it's tomorrow. Like I said, look for that high day break. Failure to just push lower after some consolidation. Holding VWAP, higher lows. Anything different than bearish indicators like lower highs and this downtrend here. So this is a good start, but not what we're looking for the multi-day bounce. Could definitely get back to the low ones. So yeah. And then I kept these for last. There's a few to go over. These have been setting up. Still nothing yet, but definitely keep an eye on all these AI plays. They have some decent looking charts. They got some recent spikes, and they're failing to break down. So there's some, I guess, hype around it recently I'm seeing on Twitter, but nothing crazy yet. So if the volume comes back, we get some strong demand coming in, look for these breakouts to fail to break down, confirm, and then you can have some strong plays. If you go back into history when there's sector runs, these plays really do take off, and I'm not trying to call all these plays going to 1, or at least in this case it'd be 1, just them taking off 200-300%. I'll be playing my quick snipe, but they do offer solid opportunities, and there are a few plays setting up. AMST, OTRK, this was a recent one as well, holding up, getting closer to the breakout in the 160. Still has a way to go, but failing to break down as of now. Then we got what else? AVYA, which had this nice perk, not totally broken down yet, even though it is off of the highs decently. Then we got GFAI as well here. So all these AI plays, SOUN, kind of have similar charts. So we'll keep an eye on all these breaking out and giving solid 15-20% gains. Might let it ride a little bit longer if there is, a sector hype and some momentum behind these plays. So yeah, we'll just wrap it up there. Hope everyone had a great start to their week. There was a couple decent plays, and unfortunately I missed them, but we'll have a good tomorrow. I'll be ready for tomorrow. So have a great night, and we'll catch you all.